broke girl therapy.
All right. Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
Yeah, we're doing this. Okay.
All
Lay it out. Well, let's cheers.
Cheers to broke girl therapy.
And to Aisha.
And Aisha. And Steph.
And for killing in your fitness challenge. You won the challenge.
Y'all. I won.
You fucking won a
I
finish.
won.
Like, you are so inspiring. So
Thank you.
okay, let's get into it. Hi, guys. It's me, Stephanie Megan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy. And we have someone new to the pod. This is Aisha.
Hey. Hello.
Welcome.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
So, you guys, Aisha and I work together.
Coworkers.
Coworkers/friends. I feel like, you know, like those coworkers you see at work and you're like, you know what? I
kind of like you. You want to hang out?
You're like, yeah,
Just-
exactly.
just
And this is
don't-
the first time we've hung out outside of work.
Is it? That's sad. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's
I'm
okay.
sorry. But you know, we're
Don't be
there.
sorry.
We're
Yeah,
there.
we're there. It's fine.
We're
It's,
there.
no one's like, I'm not
You're
pressed
not
about
offended?
it.
Okay.
But
You're not offended. Okay.
but I feel like with our work, it feels like hanging out.
It
so it
is.
doesn't really feel like we
It
need to
is.
like take that extra time.
I agree.
outside.
Our work is fun.
Our work is fun. So it doesn't feel like work.
We've
So
been
that's fine.
outside though together.
We've been outside. Yeah, we've been to like a lot of events together. Parties. I mean,
Everything.
restaurant. We've done a lot.
Okay. All right. So then we've hung out.
So the reason I have you on is because I feel like we've, again, at work, have like briefly talked about your life, but I don't really feel like we've ever like sat down
Damn.
and really like truly talked about it without being distracted with work, being like, oh wait, and then
Damn.
having to do what we had to do, you know?
I think that's also because I'm a mystery. I don't really talk about my life like I should, which is weird.
It's when can you really sit down at work and have that like,
Very true.
you know?
That's
Like
what-
I feel like you've given me a good amount to where I could feel like who you are and that
Like
you're
I know this bitch. Yeah.
like
Okay.
or like I could just know that you're like a good person and know your story a little bit. So it's not like you're so much a mystery that I'm like,
Okay.
who the fuck?
is this bitch?
Yeah, because I mean, if that was the case, I don't think I would have you here.
Okay.
I'd be like, I don't know about her.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Okay.
And so when you first started, you got out of a relationship. This is where you choke
Damn.
up.
Where's the warm up?
I know we just
Where's the
This is
warm
supposed
the
to-
engine up?
I know we just get straight to it. I mean, but I mean, like, okay, let's
talk about it.
talk about it.
When I first got hired,
Yeah.
literally like the first day, my breakup happened the day before.
Yeah, it
The
was
day-
like you were
The day before, like that shit was fresh. Fresh to the point where I had to tell my boss, like, I'm coming to you as a woman, but like, listen, I just got my heart broken. I'm a little emotional.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this into work, but this shit is real.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it was great because I was vulnerable and I was honest, but like the day before,
the day before. I will say though, like, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known.
damn,
I
I hold my shit together.
And like that's the thing. It's like and that's like maybe another thing I want to like dive into later.
Mhm.
But I feel like I could
Mhm.
sense that like you're that type of person who
Yeah.
could really act tough when I know like you soft. You know?
Damn, I'm soft.
Are you?
Okay, I leave my shit at the door. Let's
Yeah.
just say that because
Yeah.
it's a level of just discipline that I have. Like you can't.
Yeah, you're
bring it-
very disciplined.
Yes, I'm very consistent and I'm disciplined.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I just.
What's
you
your
can't-
sign again?
Damn, I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
I have
sorry.
multiple personalities.
It's
I
okay.
don't really do the horoscope thing, but like I know that I am all over the place with my emotions. And
That's
we'll
okay.
get
You're
into
human.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, we'll get into it.
But yeah, I forgot what the fuck we were talking about.
So you, yeah, like you hold your emotions at the door. Like you don't really try to bring it. Like you're really good at like having, like I don't know. Like I feel like that's like well, like I would respect that if you came to me being like, listen, I know it's my first or second day or whatever, and this just happened.
First day.
First day,
First day.
fresh, yeah,
Literally
fresh.
first day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I say that because like I've been in situations, not with my boyfriend now, but like with my ex where it was like he broke up with me that day and then I had to get into work.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I
have stories.
Yeah, like no, like the way that you held it together, I was like the
Thank
complete
you.
opposite. Like
Thank you.
I was in the this is when I worked at a hair salon part-time too.
Okay.
Like I was in the back just like crying. I couldn't be like in front of customers. Like they were like, you need to go home, because I couldn't help it. I was just ugly crying and hyperventilating.
And that's okay though. Give yourself some grace, but like you can't do that shit.
Right.
You can't. No, you can't. Not in the professional setting. I think I've just learned that. Like,
yeah.
That kind of, like I said, it goes back to my character. Like, I love it because I know how to just, all right, we about to do this. I got hurt, but I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? It shows that, like, fuck you. Like, I put myself first.
Right.
I put myself first. So you gotta put on a mask sometimes.
Yeah.
Which I do. I do a lot.
Yeah, but do you ever like, what do you do to like unpack those feelings? 'Cause it's one thing, like I understand having to mask it when it's needed, right? Like it's your first day at work, like you want to make a good impression, so like you have to like pretend for a second and leave that as something else. Like, but when you go home and when Aisha is just with Aisha, like what does that look like to be able to like to face that, Aisha, take off the mask?
Aisha be in her feels.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why you saw.
Aisha, damn, Steph.
We all soft. Are you like, but you're really.
I'm in tune with my emotions.
Yeah.
I think as I've gotten older, I've realized I can't be hard anymore, and it's okay to be vulnerable. Like I actually had to learn that lesson because I've always been like the strong, independent Black woman. Like I hate that, but like that's been me. And I came to a point where like, damn, I'm tired of holding it all in. Like seriously, like when I moved to LA, and we'll talk about that another time, but like I have been on my own out here, literally. No family, no man, like I have been holding shit down. So like I've always had to be strong. I've always had to be fucking that girl. And recently I've just been like, let me just be vulnerable. Let me cry a bit. And I've been crying.
Aww.
So I am soft to a certain extent.
In a good way. I don't think being called soft, like
I'm not a weak bitch.
You're what?
I'm not a weak bitch.
No, but there's like, here's the thing. I don't think being soft and being vulnerable and being sensitive is a weak bitch.
Okay, those are three different. Okay, soft, vulnerable,
and sensitive. Like when I say soft, maybe because it's like people usually use that as like a negative way, but I meant it in like anything, if anything, like a compliment.
Okay. Okay, I have a good heart. How about that?
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like you have empathy. Like you don't lack that.
I agree.
You are
intentional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intentional.
Yeah.
That's me.
So like, what happened
with
the like, what can you talk about? Because I know that, like, to full transparency, like I understand having like not being able to, you don't want to bash someone. I understand that.
I will not. Okay, let me just throw this out there.
We don't need to do that.
I am healed to the point where I've learned, instead of crashing out, which I used to do. Don't get me wrong. I used to do, but like it's like as we get older, you realize it's really not you, it's them. And I hate to say that, but like people have a lot of shit going on. I hate to say people are fighting demons, but people have a lot of traumas that they haven't healed. And I think it comes out in the relationship. So like I'm at the point where, I was hurt, but as I reflect, I can't take that shit personal because it wasn't me. It was you.
Yeah.
So
to kind of get more context, like how long were you guys together for?
Steph.
You want to skip it?
No.
Yeah. I just asked how long you guys were together.
You know that thing where like I don't have exes? Like what's that?
Right.
That's me.
You're like, who?
Who? Like 2.5, 3 years we were together.
Okay.
Interesting. We met on Hinge.
Okay. As we all do.
Yeah. Like I was bored with the dating apps, and I was like, let me change my demographic. I did. I put Latinx. I was like, I'm tired of these niggas. I'm tired of these niggas.
It's crazy. Okay. That's hilarious.
And his ass popped up. And I was like, okay. Little Latinx man with a little swagger. And I was like, okay. And I was being funny. And maybe I wasn't even being intentional at the time, which was crazy. But I'm like, it's cute. Maybe I can explore it. Ended up matching. I'm laughing because I remember his first line. It was like, because my bio was about fitness. Like, it was like, listen, I might like you, but fitness is first. Like, I will wake up early. I will leave you. I will do whatever to put myself first when it comes to the gym. And his first message was just like, I don't go to the gym, but I drive past it often. Does that count? And I was like, oh, this corny, man.
Yeah.
But I fell for it. And
Yeah.
fast forward, we
Made
were.
you a little chuckle.
It was cute. It was
Yeah.
cute. I think it was cute.
I mean, what was that relationship like in the beginning?
What every relationship is like in the beginning. Happy.
Yeah.
Honeymoon.
Did you see like any red flags?
Okay, let me be honest with you. This is advice for
Yeah.
you, for y'all. Do not ignore those fucking red flags in the beginning.
Yeah. I was
Don't.
gonna say.
Because those red flags in the beginning are what ended us. Like, for real. Do not ignore those fucking red flags. You ignore them because, again, you get this feeling and this butterfly, like, satisfaction.
And you want to
like,
give people the benefit
you
of the
do.
doubt.
And I think that's what I was doing. I was like, okay, Aisha, this is different for you, right? This could be your person. Not everybody's perfect. People have flaws. You're not perfect, so don't expect people to be perfect. So that's exactly what I was doing. I was seeing them, but I was like, okay, caution. You know, it's not too much of a red flag.
Right.
I can get over it. Nah.
Yeah.
It's one particular red flag that happened, and that shit ended us. And it's
Right.
okay, but again, when you get out of relationships, you learn the lessons. You understand. You have fucking clear vision, tunnel vision, and you're just like, wow, I knew this. My dumb ass allowed it to slide in the beginning, and now it was the death of me, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And you guys live together too. Sorry, I'm just jumping it.
Yeah, he.
And so,
in my loft.
So did you live there first, and then he moved in with you, or did you guys move in? Okay.
Yeah. Before I say that, I offered it because it was something going on with his apartment, and I was like, well, we are in a relationship together, and I could use the help on rent.
Right.
If we being
that's what
honest.
I'm saying.
If we being honest.
That's an LA relationship. Like, that's why people do what they do.
You want to go have?
Right.
And we in love? Cool.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
So
anyone.
Yeah.
I get it.
I have a nice ass loft.
No, you have such a. I've only seen it like in your
Instagram.
strip, but it's so cute.
My shit is nice. So
yeah.
Anybody.
I've always wanted to live like in a loft.
I love it. No, I love it. The thing is, I moved during COVID when prices were fucking down. But if I were to move in now, hell no, I wouldn't be there. But I got a great deal. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody. I don't want them fucking raising my rent and shit.
Right. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. You guys live together.
Yeah.
What was that dynamic like once you made that like step in your relationship? Because as someone who lives with their boyfriend now, and although yes, we're happy, but like it's rough. It's rough.
It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's like weird because when you don't live together, you're like, all right, I can just do me. Like,
right. Yeah.
Panties off, farting a little bit,
make a mess,
free.
No one's gotta like
bathroom, makeup brushes. You could be free, but with staying with your significant other, it does change things. And I think the privacy. I mean, you can still have privacy. I think it needs to be a balance, but like you're in each other's faces, like in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bathroom, in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's not bad when you love somebody. Like I was okay with it. I don't think.
Right.
I mean, granted, there may have been days where work was long or I was going through some personal shit because I was going through a lot of personal shit. But other than that, I actually look forward to coming home.
Yeah.
To my partner at the time.
Yeah.
Like it was okay.
But there wasn't like, do you guys like fight over chores?
Did we fight over chores? No.
Just because like that's.
Did we fight over chores?
Or was it for the most part?
I think in the beginning it was respectful because he moved in with me.
Okay.
I think it was like, listen, this is your place. I'm staying here now. I am paying, so it was partially my place, but like respectfully, your name is on the lease kind of thing. So I will kind of not stand back, but like
let you kind of run shit.
Exactly. But I mean, what chores do you really? I mean, dishes. Sure, you do what you.
Yeah. It's just a notorious thing on this podcast that I don't do the chores, and Brian gets mad at me because I don't clean up after myself.
I mean, I was busy with work.
Yeah.
So
life happens.
Yeah. I mean, now that I'm single, we'll talk about what I need and want from a man. But like, he definitely did a lot around the house. I will say that. Like, he was nurturing.
Oh, okay.
Nurturing is the word I'll use.
So then, what happened? Without
saying too much, there is a difference between nurturing and being a leader.
I see.
And trust.
Yeah.
Trust. If you ain't got trust, you ain't got shit.
Yeah.
Quote that. Quote it.
Clip it.
If you don't have trust, you don't have shit. So
No, you literally have nothing.
you have nothing.
You can't even trust them with rent,
I'm not
food. You can't trust them with the relationship.
Whew, man. Again, I've grown, so I'm not gonna shit talk anyone
There's a way to talk about breakups
in a healthy way.
in a healthy way, because I don't think talking about breakup means talking shit about the other person.
Okay.
You know, because like your experience is valid and your feelings are valid.
Yeah.
And we don't need to be on here. And I'm not even trying to have you even say these types of things. It's just being like, fuck him, like he's trash or whatever. I mean, if you want to say that, whatever, that's
fuck
on you.
it. But no.
Right. But
no,
like, but that's not
my character.
That's not your character, and that's not even like where I even want to take it. I just feel like, you know, breakups are just such a it's grief, you know.
You are grieving a person who's still alive.
And that's why I like having a show like this, because to like go through a breakup is to grieve someone, and it's so sad. So I just, you know, for other people to like relate and to it's fucking sad. I don't know, it's just so sad. So it's just like, you know, not even just to like spill the tea on what happened, but just, I don't know, give you an opportunity to talk about it, you know, and reflect. It's just
no, I mean, this is good, because I think we recently separated. So again, I think talking about it gives me more clarity in a sense of just moving on.
Yeah.
Like I said, most relationships, when they end, it's a lesson. I mean, in short, trust. I think in the beginning, and I'll be honest, trust was semi an issue, but it wasn't 100% the issue.
Yeah.
I think it was the matter of, how do I tie this into me? Wanting someone who is, if not the same, more ambitious.
Okay.
I think that was a point in my life, and I'll be completely honest, this is all on me, where I was at my lowest. I was in debt, like $10K plus debt of medical bills and some bullshit. Like, it was bad.
Shit be real.
Yeah, no, shit was real. Like, I was doing my thing, don't get me wrong, but debt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at a mental place where, not that I was looking for help, because again, I consider myself a strong woman, but like, it felt like I was, in my personal opinion, I know it's not true, you know, there's two sides to a story, but like, I felt like I was in the middle of the street crying by myself. And I think that's what it was. My expectations were so high, but they just weren't met because they were the expectations I set.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't reality. So I think I was just looking for, I'm not going to say like fucking sugar daddy to throw out funds, but I think I was looking at, you know, I'm in this predicament. I need a leader. And this is what I'm saying. There's a difference between a nurturer and someone who's actually leading, right? Like, even if you can't throw me 10K, throw me advice to help me get 10K. So I think,
like, let's figure this out together.
Let's figure this shit out. But like for real. Like, looking for real. Like,
no, that's real, because I think like, at the end of the day, with like partnership and, you know, relationships, there's love, but then love sometimes just ain't enough.
No, I'm gonna say this again. Love is not enough.
Yeah.
I actually said that in my last relationship.
Yeah.
Love is not enough.
It's not.
It's not. It's the foundation. Don't get me wrong, but that shit ain't enough.
No.
And I've realized that, and that's a non-negotiable. Like, love is not enough.
Like, I think I praise you for that, because I think that could be something you're just like, okay, just kind of submit to and just be like, well, this is just my fate, whatever.
No.
But it's just, so it's good that you were able to, you know, like, explore this relationship with this person and be able to see him. And there's nothing wrong with being that nurturer, being whoever he is.
It was great.
Know?
Don't get me wrong.
And
it was great. And I miss that.
Yeah.
I miss that. But I need a leader.
Right.
I've learned with my personality and who I am and the life that I want to live, I need a leader.
Yeah.
I need a man who was like, baby.
Right. More like alpha male.
Alpha. Like, again, I'm tired of leading.
Yeah.
I feel like I wear the fucking pants.
Because you have a very like dominant personality.
I do.
Which is beautiful and it's great. But sometimes you want to like just submit a little bit. I'm the same way. Like, I feel like I could really be like just hold my shit down and sometimes very independent. But sometimes I'm just like, you just take care of me.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah. So again, it
yeah, I don't know, man. Like especially when you're at the place where you're living together, the next step is what? I'm assuming marriage is what you want and kids. Like, that's the type of shit that you really have to think about, because that's hard.
And I think this, we talked about this in my relationship, but my past relationship, a lot of it stemmed from trauma and we can maybe break down my trauma at a later time, but I fear ending up like certain people in my family.
Okay.
And with that comes with being mediocre, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I was so adamant about. Like, I can't be mediocre. Like,
Yeah.
we need to be figuring out how the fuck we're going to be financially free in the next 5-10 years. Like, I think.
You think in longevity.
Yes. And I'm like, yeah, we can. Shits and giggles are great. Again, I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even there. But, like, it's the mindset that I have. So I think I just, not that I started to resent him, but, like, you know, again, expectations. I set them so high, and then when they weren't met, I was disappointing myself. And then I think that slowly turned into resentment, and it was picking at things, and then we eventually separated for the first time.
Have you been in other serious relationships before? And, like, is this something that, like, is a reoccurring thing that happens, or is this just kind of like a one-off in this relationship?
He was my first, like, 2+ year, almost 3-year relationship.
So, like,
living
longest?
with someone. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never lived with a guy.
Yeah.
Guys have, you know, it feels like it, right? They're over every day. But,
right.
like, nobody's ever, like
split the bill.
Split the bills.
Rent. Yeah,
no, that was the first time, which was, again, great. But,
Yeah. What were your past relationships like?
I was outside, Steph.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me this. I mean, you told me you told me a few things.
Let me say this without putting, like, I don't be outside like that. But I have fun.
Yeah.
I like to have fun. When I first moved to LA, I was having fun. I was out. I was kicking it.
As you fucking should.
Yeah, like, men were telling me I look good. I'm like, damn, you look good too. Like,
okay, can I just say
what?
Can I just say something? I'm gonna pause on this because I've seen this in you.
Ah!
Like,
you saw. Oh,
okay,
wait. Look. I forgot you saw me. Steph. I'm laughing because I forgot. Steph saw me in action, y'all.
Like, okay,
here's the thing. About that.
Like, no, I love it as someone who's in a relationship and just, you know.
Tell them how
chilling.
I am, Steph.
No, like, you know how to, like, you're very fearless.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you go to events, especially, like, these Hollywood, LA events, it could get pretty intimidating, overwhelming, overstimulating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, but you just go up to people. You're like, this man's cute. I'm gonna say something.
Facts.
Oh, God dang.
Facts.
And you did it. And you did it several times.
Several? Why you gonna throw several, Steph?
Because there was a few that you were interested in. And you shot your shot.
It was a fine ass man.
There were a lot of. I mean,
to give y'all context, we went to
an Oscar party.
Yes, it was some high level exclusive shit, and
anyone black in Hollywood was there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for real.
Literally. So, and for me, when I'm in those events, I think I get really, like, overly stimulated and tired. I'm just like, be chilling. Maybe it's a part of also being in a relationship too. Like, it just, there's this, single. And I've talked about it in this last episode, but, like, there's a certain glow that happens when you're single versus when you're in a relationship. And, like, I've been in a relationship, like, pretty close to 5 years now. So I just be, like, very comfortable, very chilling. But, like, when I was single, I was a little bit more, like, uppity, a little bit more, like...
Damn, your posture changed.
Right. like I say, like, you know, I'm Adam Sandler now, but I wasn't like that before. Like, I was just, you know, like, there's a certain... And that's okay. Like, that's just how it is, you know? And so... But it's just funny because I'm just, like, saving the seat because I'm just like, I just want to sit here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there, and you just know how to work a room. Like, you're so good at it, and not a lot of people could do that.
Okay.
Like, it's
you giving me my flowers.
It's really it's a very, like, natural skill. You don't see that in everyone. So I was like, okay,
thank you.
Like, she's just out there.
Sometimes I think it's too much, but I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Like,
if not me, then who else?
Right, exactly. You know, as long as you're not being disrespectful, which, you know, I didn't see you do anything, like, out of line.
Yeah, I'm like, nah,
no, like, you're not like being belligerent and drunk and like it's not like sloppy or anything like that. Like, you're just saying hi. You know,
I'm smooth with it.
Yeah. So I think it's you're like, I'm smooth
with it.
So I was definitely, you know, I was like, dang, Aisha.
Steph saw me in action.
I saw you in action. I was like, okay.
And I ended up getting the number of the person that I was, like,
and he was cute,
pursuing, but, like,
He was cute.
Steph saw me in fucking action. Like, damn, I'm trying to. Okay,
you
without
just
saying any
literally
names,
sat
like,
back or like that man's cute.
can I give y'all the how it happened? So we were on like a red carpet, without saying too much.
Yeah. Oh,
oh, you forgot about that?
That part too. Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
that was the whole. That was continuity. It was.
I didn't realize because you went up. Okay, sorry, you went up to him and someone else too, though.
I don't know. Don't put me out there.
Sorry. Sorry, not to like
one person. One.
Girl,
I think
it's okay. You're single. Like you should. Like you shouldn't just be stuck on one person.
Damn right.
Because I'm sure he's not doing it. Yeah. So whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, tell the story.
We were on like a carpet, and interviews were happening. We were kind of just in the background chilling. Just waiting.
Just always in the background.
Yeah, we're chilling, waiting. And this person walked in front of me. I was like, Steph saw me. I promise you, she saw me, and I usually keep that shit like on the low. I was like, God damn.
But he's okay, but like it was
come on,
because like mind you, it's a red carpet. There's a lot of people, so we're a little squished, and so I'm like right next to you, like we're in our area, and then the guy turns around, but he's like pretty close to your face because again we're and so but I saw like I heard you like God dang, and then I like saw him be like God dang, like, kind of like look at you up and down, and you was like there was locked in.
No, we were. I promise
eye
you,
contact.
It was like we were having sex via eyes,
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. She saw it though. She saw it, and then she proceeded to say something like afterwards. Like I saw that, and I'm like, damn.
I know.
You saw that, Steph?
Because it was damn near loud. It was loud.
It was.
It wasn't loud without the eyes were loud.
It was
the
like,
tension was loud.
I'm trying to, like it was just like.
And mind you, I'm like really right next to you. Like we're bumping shoulders. Like of course I'm gonna. It. I saw it. I saw you. I saw him. I saw the moment.
You saw it. And then the icing on the cake is fast forward when we went to another party at night. He was there, and he remembered the interaction, and we were around. It was like a group of us talking. Too. He was fine as he is fine as fuck. We were talking in a group, and then he actually told somebody. He was like, "Yeah, I was flirting with her a little bit on the red carpet."
Yes,
and I was like,
okay.
So
we're not crazy.
I was like, that shit was real.
Yeah.
And then
he literally said, "Yeah, God dang." Like, he was
on my ass.
Yeah. He made eye contact, looked up and down.
As long as Steph saw it, y'all, I'm not making this shit up.
You're not making that shit up.
No, it was
but
real.
Your eyes were just as much locked in. Like, like it was really fun to watch. I was like, oh my God, this flirting.
I ended up getting his number at the end of the night.
Has he texted you, or did you text him?
No,
nothing.
Nope. It was have a great night, nice meeting you, and that was it. And that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. That was fun.
Yeah, like you'll see him again,
and I will bring it up again. Like, you remember that? Yeah.
And I think that's like the smooth way to do it.
It is smooth because I don't
want to like.
I don't sweat anybody. I don't sweat any man. I don't give a fuck who you are, what your status is. Like that shit doesn't impress me.
I think it's fun to just like.
It is fun
to have that mutual attraction and just kind of like and whatever
vibe.
Yeah, and it's a good story. And I would say
my legs are asleep.
Okay.
My toes.
Yeah.
My toes are sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go back to the breakup. I'm sorry. How are you healing? Like it's been about 7 months now, 6-7 months now.
Officially broke up probably 6 months.
But I know that there was a few, like it took a few times to
rekindling, still speaking after. So I mean,
but now you guys are
no contact. Like don't ever talk to me, kind of.
Yeah.
2 months, and I am healing, and I say I'm healing because I'm doing the work and overly doing the work, like therapy.
Yeah. Did you get into therapy like after the breakup, or were you already
I was in it beforehand, but I think it amped up when I broke up. Or when we broke up. Therapy is real. I would say prioritizing just my mental. Again, I'm not too big into journaling, and journaling is one thing. Meditating, of course, and just being in tune with myself. But I feel like that's being amplified. Like I have been practicing gratitude, like all the things to really develop self have been coming out more. I also forgave my parents, which
Okay.
is the biggest sign that I am fucking healing.
What's your relationship with your parents like? Because I know
Ooh, yeah.
you've like kind of shared, not so much, but just like you shared before that it's been a very kind of tumultuous
Yeah.
relationship.
It's
Is it with the both
estranged.
of them?
Yeah, it's weird. Love my parents to death, I do, but just trauma.
Yeah,
I think
as we as all over.
yeah, no, like trauma is
Yeah.
very real. And I think in my case, if you don't address it, it'll bottle up, which it did for
Yeah.
damn near a decade, and resentment and hatred and just
Are they divorced?
they were never married.
Okay.
They met at a bar and had me and never.
Okay. Really?
So yeah.
Oh wow, how old were they?
They were probably like in their 20s.
Okay.
20s, late 20s.
Yeah.
They met, had me. My childhood was crazy. Like I actually
are you open to talking about it?
I think so, to
Yeah.
a certain capacity. This is why I appreciate myself, because I'm very balanced, and I used to call myself the Black Hannah Montana. I know that's crazy as
Yeah.
fuck, but like, my mom's side of the family, how do I say this? The underserved community, let's just say that.
Yeah.
And dad's family, well educated, Ivy League education, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like there was a balance with me.
So they had more money, your dad's side.
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit more wealthier. Mom's side, not as wealthy. So
Yeah.
like I lived in the hood while going to private schools and Catholic schools. So like I was, again, in these environments, inner cities and stuff like that, while like traveling and doing all this, extravagant shit. I saw a lot as a kid, and I think that's where all of my feelings come from towards my parents and just the trauma. Like, if I could talk about what I experienced on my mother's side, and same with father, like I would be rich by now. Like, in a sense of books, documentary, like if people really knew my story, they would be like, damn, girl.
What was that like? Like, what could you say, like, is such a huge... So you mostly stayed with your mom, but then you...
Think about, like, school year, right?
Yes.
Like, during that time, I'm with my mom. She was married to, at the time, someone who was not the best influence, which was my stepfather. My dad just... being a great father, like he didn't want me around that kind of environment, so there was a lot of just like back and forth.
So
with
they
the
didn't
court
get along.
system.
Oh, the court system. Okay,
court system. Yep, like
just
just
the situation they're going through.
Yeah, like it was a lot. I experienced a lot. I have a brother who's around but not really around due to his issues, a different father. So there was just a lot of shit.
So like you definitely had to like go to court a lot, having to.
Yes.
To like speak up about your parents.
Just in a sense of like who gets custody, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, the custody battles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
it was real.
What were you like, cuz I don't even know what it's like to be a kid, to have to like deal with that, like, but as a kid, like what were you feeling?
I think, girl, not you about to have me cry on this bitch.
Oh, sorry.
I think that's why I feel the way I feel currently, and that's why I'm getting through my traumas, because that little Aisha just wanted a 2-parent household. That little Aisha wanted love, to feel truly loved. And I think seeing what I saw,
I'm gonna cry.
Hold on. I didn't. Okay. We're
good. We're here.
Steph.
We're here.
Little Aisha just wanted love. And even though, damn it. No, I'm not gonna
take
cry.
a minute, whatever. No rush. I can always edit out quiet pauses or whatever.
Well, it's okay. I'm trying not to. I've been thinking about it lately, but that's where I am right now. I think Aisha just wants to feel loved and supported, and not for validation reasons, but to genuinely feel like you are loved, you are supported, you are cared for. We got you. And even though I know that those were my parents' intentions, I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it, but I know that they love me. They overly fucking love me. And maybe that's the work that I need to do in myself, is changing that narrative, because they did the best that they could.
There comes a point with like healing. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. I'm so...
Really,
when I see people cry, I'm like,
No.
I just tear up. It's okay. Everyone knows it's just a part of the show. This is why we have the crying eyes. There's that first stage of like kind of realizing it and like seeing light of like, oh shit, this is what's happening. And then there's anger, and there's all
Ooh.
these like mixed emotions, like, why the fuck did you do this? Like, you could have done this
Ooh.
better. Like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to talk to you. And then there comes to a point where you realize, and I think it happens when you go through like your own shit in life, you know, and then you realize, oh fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So my parents don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then you're like, dang. And then you shift that perspective and you're like,
Ooh.
oh, they're living for the first time too, you know? Like, they don't know what the fuck.
Girl.
Especially if, you know, the circumstances maybe, or it's just their traumas, you know?
Steph, it
Yeah,
took me
it's-
20 plus years to realize that. And that's why I'm now at a point where I have forgave them.
Yeah.
I forgave them because it was a point where I was, and I spoke with both of them. Like, I've had multiple conversations
Yeah.
about this, but I remember my dad saying, like, you got to move on. You got to, like, come on now. You can't,
Find peace.
like, like, if you keep holding this shit in, you are never going to be happy. And I was feeling that. Like, I was really feeling it. I feel like I was holding back from the present and the future because I was holding back the past.
Yeah.
You know?
That's real.
And the day that it's so funny, the day that my ex and I broke up because of whatever the fuck he was doing,
Yeah.
cheating,
Yeah.
allegedly,
Yeah.
I reached out to my parents. I reached out to actually a lot of my family members with just a long ass paragraph, a text message, like personalized to each person, basically saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And after weeks of therapy, I realized the core issue. I was so hurt because my ex betrayed me. I was so hurt with my family because I felt like I was betrayed.
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't wanted. I felt like I wasn't supported and loved. And that was the core issue. So therapy is helping.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
healing. I'm doing the work. No sympathy. Don't have any sympathy.
No.
I'm doing me and I'm happy. But again, I think it took going through all of this shit to finally blossom.
Right.
For me to really understand and pinpoint what the fuck it is.
Right.
Like, why is it that I'm stuck? Why is it that you have this hatred? Why is it that you can't move the fuck on? Or why is it that you feel so strongly about this?
Yeah.
And it's because at the end of the day, I just want to be loved.
Yeah.
Loved.
How did they show love to you before?
My parents.
Yeah.
In their own way. And that's the thing. Like,
yeah.
it's
And
so
how did
funny.
that look like?
My dad's love is tough love. My dad,
Yeah.
like, it's, and it's so funny because we had a recent conversation about this. Like, his love is, I'm going to show you how to navigate this world, right? As someone who is my dad's so fucking smart. He's the smartest man in the world, very intelligent, very educated. Like, he's that guy.
Yeah.
So that is his form of protecting me and showing love. Like, I might not be the most emotional parent.
That's my mom.
Yeah, like, he's not,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. But I'm going to show you how to survive in this world. I'm going to show you how to,
That's my mom too. Yeah.
make sure you are okay. So again, it took me some time to really understand that because I'm like, I want to fucking.
Like, I just want you to fucking hold me.
Man, I
like,
told him
I
that.
just want you to just like cut
No.
me some motherfucking slack. Like,
Steph.
don't. Yeah. No, I feel that.
Steph, at the time, all I wanted was an emotional father.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm like, now when I'm at the age where shit is real,
Right.
I'm like, damn, let me call my dad.
Yeah.
He's the only person who really fucking knows how to figure this shit out.
Because we always want something. We always tend to gravitate towards something that's like similar to what we're used to, like our parents. Is that why you've been so like not hyper focused, but so like specific about finding a leader because your dad was like that?
I think I'm focused on finding a leader, one, because I am a leader. And
Yeah.
you should date who you want to, you should essentially,
equal.
yeah, they basically said it, like, if you ever wrote out what your ideal person is, it's basically you.
Yeah.
It's essentially you. So
Yeah.
I want a leader because I am a leader. I want a leader because I was raised by a leader. And I want a leader because, you know, I may be running away from my mom's side of the family
Yeah.
in a sense of like not having a leader, right?
Yeah. I was
So
gonna say, like,
it's
not having, maybe because of the differences of like
yeah.
class and
Yep.
like lifestyles and stuff. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to go to
I
that.
don't.
Like, I
Well,
don't want to be
yeah.
on that side
I've said it.
of things. Like, I've seen it. I've
said
lived it.
Yes.
Like, I need something. Like,
Yeah.
that's why it's so like important to
Yeah.
you. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm grinding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm figuring this shit out and I'll be okay, Steph.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
You will be.
I believe in myself, and I don't like to be cocky or arrogant, but like I am, what's the phrase that I always use? Confidently humble.
Yeah.
Like I just know my worth. And even in the moments where I feel like it's darkness and sometimes I can't see,
Yeah.
my full potential, I know that I'm destined for greatness.
And I think that's like really powerful
Yeah.
to feel that. And I think that you want more?
It's empty.
Do you want more?
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Okay, so
Um,
what was your relationship like with your mom?
Damn, my cup got heavier.
I mean, was she
This is a tough conversation.
was she a little bit more nurturing than your dad?
Yeah, my mom was
Okay.
definitely, my mom is the emotional parent. As I'm healing, I realized my mom always had my back. It just took me to forgive her to see that.
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy, but I think, to be honest, what it was is just the matter, or was, let me rephrase that. I think as I healed, what I've learned was that I just didn't like some of the motherly and fatherly qualities that they possessed. I don't know if that's because I was having identity issues, just being in different environments and going to these Catholic schools and seeing, these parents and the wealth and just happiness, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think I always held a grudge because I'm like, you could have done better.
Right.
You could have put me in better situations. You could have done so much more for me. And, I feel like I've said this, but, like, again, I feel like I've always had to be a strong woman, even as a kid. Like, I felt like I've always been on my own, even though that wasn't the case. But, like, that was the feeling.
Like, it was almost like being with your mom, you always have to be in survival mode.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm
Yeah.
still in survival mode. So, again, I think those are things I'm just like, I wish that I didn't have to do. And that's why that resentment came. But, again, they did what they needed to do. They did their best, and I forgave
Was it
them.
like because of the money thing? Was it because it wasn't like a 2-parent household? Like, what was that? Whatever you're comfortable
Ooh.
saying.
My dad was the financial parent,
Okay.
and my mother was not. And
Yeah.
that was okay.
Yeah.
Because, again, financial parent, one not being, one emotional parent, one not being. So it kind of balanced out. I don't know.
Like, growing up, were you closer to your mom because she was a more nurturing parent? And, like, were you a little bit more scared of your dad?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely closer to my mom, scared of my dad, but it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really think that I had some identity issues growing up.
Co-parenting is so crazy. And it's crazy not because it's like, okay, 2-parent household, but like different environments. Like my boyfriend has talked about, because he's never seen his parents together too.
Oh, man.
And so his whole life, his childhood, it was a lot of going back and forth to different households.
Yep.
And so now, as like a grown adult, like he's very like hyper aware of his surroundings because he's always had to like to adjust because there was always this like change that was happening. Survival mode.
That's real. It's
like
real.
it's like for me, I'm just like la di da, like and then he's just like, wait, what's going on here? And maybe it's just like being a man or whatever, like this instinct, but. And also maybe growing up in Oakland does something to you. But like,
that part.
And trust me, I lived in Oakland, so I have a fair share of experiences. Okay. But like like to have to go back to different households and different energies and different way of doing things.
I don't this is why I don't talk about it. I mean, I share a little bit, but this is what therapy is for.
Right.
And God. Okay.
And not for nothing, like, also I'm a child of divorce. Like, my parents divorced when I was 16.
Okay.
So my younger years was in a 2-parent household. Mm-hmm. And then at 16, it all changed. And
How was
so
that for you?
There was pros and cons because there was the pro of the fact that, like, I didn't have to see them fight as much because they fought a lot. Yeah. And then there was also that pro of, like, because the one thing about my dad is, like, he's super soft and sweet.
You love that word soft, don't you?
I love that stuff. But he really is. Like if you meet my dad, he's like, oh, what a soft man. Okay. Like, he's very sweet. Mm-hmm. But, like, sometimes I feel like too sweet where he didn't have much of a backbone. Ooh. And my mom is, like, very dominant.
Man.
Very, like, in charge. Very,
That's
like,
a crazy combination.
And so there would be a lot of moments where I felt like the dynamics were so off, where I know my dad, like, for instance, like, I'm very open about this, but they, they would like beat me as a kid. Like, they
What
were
kind of
like,
beat, Steph?
like like the belt,
Okay, I'm
pulling
like,
hair. Like, there was a lot of like physical.
sound like a black household, don't it?
I mean, Filipinos are not too
Okay,
far off too.
okay.
Like, let me be real. It's a
Get the
thing in our
belt.
culture. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were colonized, and anyways, and we don't have to go into the whole thing, but like, so there was a lot of that,
Okay.
and I feel like a lot of it mostly came from my mom,
Okay.
and I never really felt like my dad ever like stood up for me. So when they divorced, it was almost like now he didn't have to like, like, it was almost like, okay, I could be on my dad's side and like not have to, like, he doesn't have to like listen to her. You know what I mean? Like, there's not that partnership where that died. So it was like, okay, now he was able to like kind of open up to me about how he was unhappy with my mom, which also is not a good thing, to do, I don't think, because
opening up to you,
as
a child,
being like, she
16.
was awful, whatever.
Yeah. No, that's what you should never do.
Like, my dad was the type of dude, like,
you dogged her. Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm not laughing because I don't encourage that, but that's crazy.
I mean, look, I don't agree with like a lot of shit with my mom and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like, if I ever had to go through something like that, like, I would never like confide in my kid and talk to them about their mother or father like that. Like, I just don't think that that's fair. That's between them.
It's not
So
not learning.
So so like the pros was the fact that's like, okay, like, now you could have my back, and I don't have to see them fight. But the con was just like, now there's like such a divide and such a there's a lot of pain and a lot of
Steph,
like talking shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's just it wasn't, so I guess what I'm trying to say is just like being a child of divorce, being a child of like co-parenting and stuff like that. Like,
it's real.
You
feel the effects,
and I know that like they're doing their best. Again, like, our parents were just trying to, and I came to a place where I really forgive both my mom and my dad,
love it.
But it definitely is like, I know they're just doing their best, but they can't help.
They can't, yeah.
And that's another thing too, is because like I want to be a mom. I don't know if that's something that you want.
I fear being a mom because of my childhood.
Yeah,
but I eventually want to be a mom.
Yeah, and then, like, but the thing is, it's like, we're gonna fucking traumatize.
I know, and I'm like, that's why I'm trying to heal. That's why I'm trying to.
Yeah, maybe not as much, and that's why we try to do the work now before we do. Right. To be able to be like, okay, I don't want to, like, for me, I'm not going to hit my kids. Yeah. Like, I'm not doing any of that. And, and also I've actively have like made a choice, with dating and with like my relationship with Brian, is just to make sure it's like the right one, and I mean,
I see marriage coming soon.
Yeah, you better propose. Just kidding. Well, yeah, he knows. It's fine. I'm just waiting.
Love it.
But you know what I mean? Like, I try to do my best. And
as you should. You're doing great.
Thank you.
I can attest to that. She's doing great.
Thank you.
You are. No, you are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you didn't even tell me about I mean, this is my first time actually hearing that story in detail. Yeah. You kind of told me about your parents, but like, that's real stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you feel like you have the effects now? Like, would you consider that trauma?
Oh yeah. I think it definitely did some sort of like abandonment, because even if they were there,
hold on now, that's
hitting your kids, it still feels like this sort of abandonment,
we gonna abandonment issues are real.
Yeah,
no,
so I definitely feel like that happened. I do feel like I'm better with that. I'm not like, I feel like I'm in a really good place with Brian, where I'm not like, oh my god, he's gonna leave me, but I do get really defensive sometimes, or I've talked about this on the show, but like, let's say he's upset about the chores or something like that. Like, that was something my mom would like get so mad at me for, and she would just fucking like slap me or whatever she wants to fucking. Yeah. She was
like, slap
Victoria was crazy.
Victoria was crazy.
Like, but it's fine. We've
no, it
worked
ain't. But all right, okay.
But or like pull my hair, whatever. Like, she would just punish me for not being like tidy or not being whatever. So when Brian like brings up like, hey, you need to like do this, like I start like kind of
Do you
spiraling.
isolate? Okay.
And then I get really like defensive or emotional.
Trauma response.
And then it kind of weirdly becomes like this parent and child dynamic between the both of us, which is like not good.
Ooh, at least you're self-aware about like you're overly self-aware, but that is a trauma.
Yeah,
response.
he's like, I feel like I'm being a parent right now, like punish, like you're like I see teenage Steph coming out, and I'm like, you know, it's like that's the trauma response.
Do you catch yourself in those moments though?
Yeah, and I'm definitely like, it's something that I didn't realize was a thing until I got into a relationship too, which is crazy.
No,
being in a relationship,
I was gonna say it brings out
shit.
the trauma.
Right. Yeah,
I didn't know any of. I mean, I knew, but like, I was like, damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's. I mean, we definitely like work through it. I think we're better at like understanding why we react the way that we do, and
I agree.
We're really good at like, okay, like you know, if I'm finding myself in that moment, I'm really, you know, I try to tell him I just need like 5 minutes and stuff, and I just kind of like cool off, and then when we come back,
very self-aware.
It's like I'm back. You
know,
I'm
self-aware.
It's I can have that conversation, but if I'm in the heat of the moment, like teenage stuff is out and she's ready to
that's
like,
okay.
defend. You know,
no, I love hearing this because I think maybe it's the last 6 months since I started working this new job. Like self-awareness has been key. It's been practiced. It's a topic, and I think in your situation and even mine, like being self-aware is so important because it allows you to move accordingly and take a step back and think and just
like,
God dang. Like seriously, but like I love that because you are self-aware, and it's, you know, that's how you keep a man.
Really, honestly.
Be self-aware.
Like I think it's good to be a little delulu sometimes. Sometimes. It's good.
When?
But it's when I think it's good to be delulu when it comes to like your dreams.
Your dreams.
And like, you know,
goals, fuck it.
Like
fuck it, we ball. Go out.
Like I think being delulu is what helped me start this podcast, because like what the fuck, I knew nothing, you know. So it's like I think it's good to have that, but I definitely think self-awareness, especially in circumstances like this, is you gotta have it. You gotta understand. Like
you gotta understand.
You also understand too. It's like it's not always the other person's fault. Like you play a part. You play a role.
Accountability.
Yeah, and it's also like you could only blame your parents for so long.
Okay, so that used to be my thing. Yeah. When you turn 18, it is no longer your parents' responsibility to hold on to, not hold on to. When you turn 18, it is no longer your parents' responsibility. What has happened in the past happened. It's now your responsibility to grow the fuck up and move accordingly. And I had to learn that. And that's the problem. I'm 28. I was holding on to a lot of shit, Steph. Yeah. Like I was blaming my parents for not teaching me this or not, you know, giving me this skill set or not giving me the fucking resources to do X, Y, Z. But I'm like, I could have done it. This is where you're supposed to learn. So
now you got to be a parent to that younger Aisha. Be the parent that
young Ish.
Young Ish.
That was my nickname.
Really?
Young
That's
Ish.
Cute. I actually like that, Young Ish.
Inspired. No, that was my shit. Young Ish. You know, you know.
Right. Any last words about like life, your breakup, your parents, anything you want to like leave off with?
I feel like I can drop so many gems, to be honest, but I think what's heavy in my mind is heal so that you don't bring it into your current situation. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's work, whether that's friends, like you really have to do the inner work. Like figure out who you are so that you can just live accordingly. Right. Like I think when you know who you are and you are just, like I said, self-aware and living truthfully, everything else will fall into place. Like I truly believe that. And I think, again, since this breakup and just having this fucking light bulb moment, I understand, like, okay, you have to find out who Aisha is. You have to really dig deep into who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Understanding why you are the way you are, why you do what you do, and like really just being true to you.
Yeah.
And everything else will literally come into place.
Yeah.
I promise you.
I like that.
Yeah. Like heal,
bitch.
Heal. No, that shit is important.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand, because if you look at, I'm changing topics, sorry, but like, I don't know. I don't know why I think about men who date multiple women or who are fucking multiple people or who just don't give a like those are the small things, and it's just like heal. What are you running from?
Because they're running from something. They're a lot of times they're insecure about their manlyhood.
Like just
or like getting validation.
Something.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying everybody needs to be perfect, but like I just want people to be self-aware. I want people to hold themselves accountable. I want people to I'm big on characteristics, self-respect, self-love. You know, how consistent are you? How disciplined are you? Like, do you know your values?
Like, I guess I know we're supposed to wrap up, but whatever. I have a question in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, how are you like in a relationship? Like, when you were unhappy with certain things, like, how did you like bring it up? And also, because I talked about like how my trauma kind of would show sometimes with certain triggers. Like, what was something that you learned in this relationship that you felt like you need to work on? Like, what were those triggers?
Man.
How did you show up?
Oh God, I know
maybe this is another two-parter, but I'm just curious.
No, and I think this is a great question because I'll be honest. After this relationship, I was like, oh, I need to work on this. Like, you know, when you're going back and forth as to why you with your ex-partner or whatever, like this is why we broke up. Like, I will say some of the things that my previous partner said are true. In a sense of, I need to learn how to approach things. I need to know how, or I need to learn how to go about. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about situations, but like, I'm aggressive. I need to learn a soft approach. I need to learn that not everybody's perfect. There are flaws, and I'm not perfect, right?
Do you approach things like similar to how your dad? Yeah.
Good job, Steph.
Like it's all clicking. We're getting the puzzle pieces and putting it together.
It is.
Like, you're a lot like your father.
I'm my dad with hair.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so funny because I'm like, why are you like that, Dad? Like, just talk to me calmly, but like, I'm doing it now. Like, and again, it wasn't even just my past partner, it's other people. Like, I come off as very aggressive. Like, if there's something wrong,
I've seen it.
Like, why
like you're not like I don't want to use the word aggressive, but it's but like you're assertive.
Yeah, and but I want to work on that because I don't want to come off as judgmental or belittling, and that's what I was doing in my past relationship. So like, I have to work on that because again, I am not perfect. This is again where accountability comes into place. Like, why are you doing this to other people when you ain't even got it together? So like, accountability.
Do you feel like you took on those traits from your dad because you are wanting the lifestyle that your dad and his family?
Steph, you are smart.
Like, do you think that that's why you've like really have taken on that?
Why.
Yeah,
that's exactly why.
Because you're like, I'm not trying to be like my mom because although she's nurturing and softer, like I'm not trying to like be that, But I think it's like
you are spot on. That's exactly it.
Yeah,
believe it or not, even though my dad isn't emotional as I need him to be in certain areas, I look up to him.
Yeah.
Who do you want to be in this world? My dad. In certain areas.
Right.
So I think that is what it is. I've always wanted to, I'm not gonna say mirror him, but like that's why I probably possess those qualities or why I do what I do. Because
you're like, dang, like what a great like person to look up to.
Shout out to you, Dad, even though you piss me off sometimes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think, are you like actively, or do you ever want to actively like try to tap into like that nurturing side, like your mom, and take a little bit from her? Like, do you see a little bit of your mom?
Steph, I wish I could just listen. Sometimes I just envision, like, again, I'm focused on me and my career right now, but like when I think about a partner, I see myself in a happy relationship with a man who loves me, who cares for me. But again, what we talked about earlier, just me being submissive. Yeah. I want to be a nurturer. I want to be, a leader in a sense, but like, I just want to feel like I wish I can
like tap into your feminine.
Yes. I want to feel good.
Yeah.
Like, and I haven't felt that in a minute.
Because you're always in your masculine energy.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, and don't get me wrong, I am
with your ex being, and I know it didn't work out, but I'm sure there were also good things too. Like with your ex being like very nurturing, were you able to still like tap into that like soft side of you. Yeah.
I will say, again, he nurtured.
Yeah.
Flowers, feet rubs, cooking. Like, it was.
Like, you were your dad, but you attracted someone like your mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think he's a lot like your mom?
I think that.
Yeah.
There are similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think it all stems back to trauma. As we're talking about this conversation, it makes you. Again, this is why I would never talk shit about him, because I know that I played a part too.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Heal.
Exactly.
Heal.
Like, we're all just.
Everybody's figuring this shit out. I'm figuring it out, Steph.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you are. Like, I love that you're self-aware. I love that you are confident in yourself. I love that you definitely are someone who.
You too.
Works really hard. Thank you. This is about you.
Okay.
let me give you your flowers for a second.
Something dropped.
That was my thing. I should. Sorry, I'm laughing because I've seen
what
those like videos where it's like you're sitting on the couch or like you're just chilling and all of a sudden like you. Sorry, I'm like butchering the message, but you know how you use like double-sided tape to stick things up on the wall instead of like
and my bad.
And I've seen just like reels and like TikTok videos where it's like they're just casually sitting there, but you just hear a bunch of shit falling in the background because it's just
fuck.
They didn't use that's what that was. It's because
some shit fell in the background.
I just used tape instead of fucking.
It's okay.
Anyway, okay, yeah, I think that's so. Back to giving you flowers. I think that you like. I do see a lot of things in you that I'm like, damn, like I wish I had that, you know? Aww. Like I love you're like you're like very confident and like you could like work a room. You like know who the fuck you are. I mean, like I have that in me too, but like it's but you definitely like really like are we crying? I'm on my period too, so but you definitely
not too.
Like,
I'm not on my period.
You just have.
I just got off.
Yeah, you just got. So yeah, so it's like you definitely have those qualities that I instantly saw in you, like the moment that I met you. I was like, okay, I see you, you know. So, I think like just continue to be that girl because you are, you know. And so I'm happy to know you.
I'm trying not to cry.
I know.
Thank you. I mean, thank you. I have a hard time, and again, I think it just stems back to trauma.
Right.
But I have a hard time accepting that kind of stuff, like hearing that kind of stuff, because sometimes I'm like, damn, I don't see it sometimes.
Right.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
and
you.
It's hard. I've
you
learned
too.
that. I mean, like sometimes, it's hard for me to take compliments too. I'm like, thank you.
But yeah, like, but I want to work on that.
Right,
I want to be like, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope I inspired you. I hope I motivated you, because that was my MO. Like, that's all I want.
Exactly.
So
and you're doing. You're killing it.
Thanks, girl. You too.
Yeah.
Bro, girl therapy.
Okay. Well, do you want to like plug your Instagram?
Aisha Renee. AISHARENEE. Follow me. Do everything. Your girl is active.
Living life.
Living
the life.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Doing
having a
me.
good fucking time. And I like to watch you flirt with guys on the red carpet. That is the most LA statement.
Honestly, I'm okay. I'm very social, but I do like to flirt. Like,
no, you're a flirt. Like, I feel like it's just like your natural personality.
It's natural. But the thing is, like, I don't take it seriously. Like, I can flirt with you
but
in the moment, but then if
you
I'm like, no. Like, no. Like, so it's kind of scary because I'm like, I could turn that shit off real quick. But
it's okay.
I'm fun. You're
just a good time.
I'm a great time. I just want to live.
Live your life.
Live.
And you, like, I feel like I see you
live
just like doing it, you know, like you're like when you're in these moments, you're just like, I'm just living my life. Like you're in it. So I love that you're present. And it feels like you're being present in my eyes. So
I'm emotional. Thank you.
Follow me, Stephanie Megan, or go to brokewiththerapy.com. All that shit is there. Okay, bye.
Peace. Cheers.
Cheers. Your first podcast ever.
Oh my God, this is my first podcast.
How was it? Well, okay, bye.
Bye.
I was like, I can turn to a different topic.
Broke girl therapy.